Okay. Day one back. Fireworks show last night. Slept. Woke up. Said goodbyes. Went down and got my empty in Hamilton, Ohio. And a few miles from there, I got my load. That's going to Delaware. And now we got a major incident. You guys didn't see it because I barely saw it myself, but I was busy in Jerry Boy's live stream. But I had to get this to show you some events that can happen out here. This was a large explosion, and that's when I left Jerry Boy's live stream so I could get this. She's smoking really bad, whatever it is. Best guess it was a Tanka. There's no telling what lane is open. Because state trooper came up from behind us here. There's probably more EMS on the way. This just happened a few minutes ago. Yeah, one does not want to come off the 4th of July holiday to something like this. Shandy Girl, I'm not Sean Tuber. I'm Sean Trucking with BS. Sean Tuber is probably in Jerry Boy's live stream. I left it and told him I got an incident here. I just wanted to get this on camera. Couldn't get the initial explosion on camera because it just things happen out of the blue, boom. There's a bit of chatter on the radio. This is Interstate 71 between Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio. Hey, anybody southbound got a? Can you give us an update? What's going on up there? I know I just came through a bad storm on the northern side of Cincinnati on the 275. Yeah, my camera is making it look like it's far away, and it's not. Mm, it shouldn't be no more than a half a mile in front of me. Yeah, I'll just pop my brake and sit and wait. Yeah, there's people up there on the bridge that are stopped, looking over the bridge to see what's going on, holding up traffic up there. I'm like this. I'm like, man, if you ain't gonna help, just move and get the hell out of the way. You can just hope that everybody is okay. If both lanes are blocked, we're going to be here a while, fellas. Oh, by the way, I'm speaking on my CB radio at times. I'm sure y'all can tell. Okay, I hear some bubblegum machines. There they are, with two state troopers coming up. There's one county, Mountie. That's a state trooper. That's three that have shown up. Oh, it's a JB Hunt?
Looks like he pulled over on the shoulder, so he knew something was happening.
Nine times out of 10, that's a brake issue.
Might be a regen issue. It started with the truck. The front end's gone.
Oh, it started with the truck. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, there's no truck left.
Yeah, I'll go with that. It's probably regen.
It's doing regens. It's too much. I don't know. It's all in a JB Hunt trailer. Are we able to get through, or is it blocked?
Well, JB Hunt trailers are garbage anyway. Oh, it looks like they got the fire put out. Well, it's not smoking like it was. That must mean that they've been putting it out. Hey, southbound, move over to the right lane. Let us all use the hammer lane. Get around. Yeah, this has really got to suck, man. Right after the 4th of July holiday, and this shit has to happen.
That's why they made the quiet crews to the emergency vehicles. I think the emergency's over.
The time you go off duty. Hopefully complete a 30-minute break here. Well, one thing is we'll be able to finish a 30-minute break instead of on the fuel island.
Wow, you got a JB Hunt that caught fire.
You got a fire engine coming up the shoulder, fellas. You got another county Mountie and another fire truck behind it.
Hopefully don't have y'all see no God off along this old truck housing JB Hunt trailer. The truck going all the way down to melted metal on their right shoulder there. So hopefully when they get that fire out, it's over there. Now I'll be
Yeah, like the lady said, I just hope the driver got out. No one got hurt. Yeah, it looks like the fire's out now. I'm turning my APU on. Let's sit here and idle. I really don't want to go to Delaware. That's part of the country I don't like going into. But pays really good. Get it delivered tomorrow. Get a load. Head back out west. That's where I want to go. I make good revenue going out west. Aaron, no, not really. It's not messing up my hours. You know, as long as I get to the Loves, East Columbus, where I can get fuel at a cheap rate, probably park there. I got to deliver tomorrow. I'm 600 miles away, 601. And I'm about 80 miles from that Loves, so I'll have like about a 500-mile drive tomorrow. Get it delivered tomorrow afternoon, early evening. And deliver, let's see here, Bridgeville, Delaware. They do have overnight parking, though, which is kind of cool. I just got to make sure I put some extra food in my fridge. Excuse me. And from there, I'll most likely deadhead into Virginia, like maybe Smithfield there, Newport, right by Virginia Beach. Get a load out of there. That either goes down to Georgia or Florida, which is okay in my book, but I'd rather go out to Cali or Washington State. No, I don't have. I won't have any dogs or cats. I haven't had a dog since I was a little boy, and we had two dogs, Mickey and Butch. And when they died, it broke my heart, and that's why I'll never have a dog to my own anymore. And I really don't like cats too much. I mean, I can tolerate them. That's because cats don't give a shit about you. You know, you look at them, they don't have eyebrows. Not like a dog. You can look at a dog and tell what it's thinking. When you look at a cat, they don't have eyebrows. They're more like strippers. You know, you know, they want everything from you, but they didn't give a shit rat's ass about you. Yeah, Mimi, I started this live stream because there was an explosion, and I wanted to get it on a live stream, or instead of recording it, you know, uh, a truck burnt up, as far as we learned from CB radio, and it's been at a dead stop for the past 5 minutes. We probably ain't going anywhere for a while. And from what this lady driver said, it had to have started up in the tractor. Usually, if it starts in the trailer, that's a brake fire, and those are hard to put out. You know, you throw water on it, it's like throwing gasoline on it. No, you need a powdery substance, a non-oxygenated substance in that fire extinguisher to put it out. If you're lucky, a brake fire is very hard to put out. But lady said it started in the tractor because the whole tractor burned to the ground. So, you know, that still could be a brake issue on the drive tires of the truck. Got another fire truck going down there. That's the third one. Well, it looks like they already got the fire put out. And as far as I know, there ain't no ambulance up there. Meat wagon, so he got out and he's not injured. Yeah, most likely the driver got out because they would have had an ambulance here before anybody else showed up. Um, it depends. Usually that's up to the fireman. If hazmat team is needed, it wasn't a tanker like I thought because there was an explosion. It was probably one of his diesel tanks popping. It's usually a fairly large bomb when a 100-pound fuel tank explodes. That would be a coroner. I know here in Ohio, they'd call a coroner and they'd come out and get it. I see movement. And I got to get over to the Hammer Lane. Yeah, you guys will see it here. If traffic's moving, because I saw a few vehicles move up there in the Hammer Lane, there's no reason why for that lane to be stopped. But this one that I'm in, you're going to have to move over because the truck got onto the shoulder and burnt up on the shoulder. Which is kudos for the driver's part for not just stopping in the middle of the highway and letting it burn right there. Getting it onto the shoulder was a good idea. Just, how bad the fire is blazing. Just roll down the window, throw out as much shit as you can before the fire gets too intense, and then get out of there. Yeah, if he wasn't hauling chemicals, they won't bring hazmat out here. Chemicals or a fuel. If he was hauling that, yeah, they would have called hazmat out here, but he probably wasn't. JV Hunt, as far as I know, they might do hazmats, but those are rare. They mostly do intermodal type stuff, rail and shipyards. Yeah, that fire is definitely out now. They're not smoking anymore. That first ladder that got there first did a good job putting that fire out. Yeah, I'm guessing everybody's going to have to get in the hammer lane. And most likely, the people you hear commenting on the CB radio, they're headed the other direction because they can see what's going on, and they usually get on the radio and tell everybody. Man, there are people loving being up there on that bridge, rubbernecking. JB Hunt truck burnt to the ground on the shoulder. I'm hoping he's all right. Most likely he is if he pulled to the shoulder. I saw some movement up there under the bridge. People in the hammer lane were moving, but hoping this was going to get the show on the road. Yeah, Aaron, I can do doubles and triples, and I can do super doubles, California doubles, all of it. But there's only one place where they do the super doubles, and that's usually on I-90 in upstate New York between, they do it in Pennsylvania all through I-90 to Cleveland. That's as far as it goes. And as far east as those super doubles go would be Albany, New York, up on 90. They also do super doubles, but they're kind of rare. I have seen them on I-90 in the Dakotas and Montana, but no further than Missoula, Montana. Yeah, super doubles are 253 footers. Now, triples, they're getting to be more liberal about that. You're starting to see those just about everywhere now. Now, I can do them. The only thing I haven't updated on my endorsements on my CDL is my hazmat, because we really don't do hazmat. And it's a pain in the butt having to recertify every year. I hear bubble machines.
Hey, man, Bernie, let me sit there. JB Hunt, I'm fire up there.
Yeah, we got another small fire truck, a little bit late to the party already.
Can't get nobody out of the rank if I don't show up off the dummy jar.
Yeah, that's probably volunteer fire department there. your volunteers usually are the last to show up. But sometimes your volunteers are the first to show up because they may be closer than anybody else. I got excited too soon. Thought we were going to get the show on the road here. All I got to do is, whatever debris is on the roadway, sweep it up onto the shoulder sides. But I've seen guys, their truck literally burn up in the fuel island at a truck stop. I saw that 6 years ago at the TA in Barstow, California, at the TA. The employees, excellent. They were on the ball. They saw the fire. They immediately ran out and hit the emergency cutoff button. That's so the pumps don't explode. But that truck was blazed, and the fire started in the tractor, not the trailer. And it burnt that truck up pretty good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had the student back then. I gave the name Ford Fairlane. He was my Grambling graduate. Went to Grambling University, Trey Ford. I gave him the road name Ford Fairlane. Lives in Ruston, Louisiana. He did come back to Prime, though. He was with Prime for a while, left, then came back. Something with family, I guess. I mean, keep y'all bored here. Just staring at the same thing, but we should be getting moved here pretty soon. Turn my APU back on. It's getting hot. Ugh. Yeah, the left lane's going to move first. It'll shock me if my lane moves first. Back in the day, a lot of Freightliners would get burnt up like that because of faulty wiring in the dash. A couple people that had their brand new Freightliners, man, just burned up from started in the dashboard and just burnt up the entire damn truck. Faulty wiring. And yeah, there are some that are not so bright. Some of them had those damn toaster ovens that pull a lot of power and start an electrical fire and burn the whole damn truck up too. Well, this wasn't an accident. This is more like what I call a purpose. I mean, everybody's got to consider sometimes an accident isn't an accident. It was a purpose because they did it on purpose, not by accident. But this is, I'm guessing he started seeing smoke and it's coming out of his truck, thinking it was probably overheating. But two things. The DPF filter probably could have caught fire, which needed to be changed desperately. Or one of his brake drums caught fire. Yeah, traffic's probably all the way backed up all the way from Cincinnati by now. I'm like 30 or 40 miles out of Cincinnati, or depending on what part of the country in Cincinnati. But I think I'm like directly in the middle of Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio, on I-71. Yeah, right before US 35. Yeah, I'm only an hour and a half from my house. I live about west of here, about an hour and a half to 2 hours drive, about 100 miles maybe. But Mimi, I'm glad you enjoyed the fireworks show that I recorded. Do you realize it only took the algorithm to copyright it in less than 5 minutes after me uploading it? And I'm like, they can't be serious. I was just recording an event at an amusement park. And no, there are a lot of people that do live streams and recordings at Kings Island, and none of it is copyrighted. My guess is the music that they were playing, which I had no control over, was copyrighted. And it's one of the stupidest songs I hate. I don't know what country music star it is, but it comes out of that song. Um, I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. You heard it, right? And I keep asking the question, how the hell can you be proud of something that happened by accident? Pride should be reserved for something you achieve on your own. You achieve on your own, not something that happened at accident at birth. I mean, you don't see people that walk around saying, "I'm proud to be 5'11," or "I'm proud to have a predisposition to colon cancer." So why the hell should you be proud of that? It doesn't make sense. I keep tell people, remember the Proverbs in the Bible? Pride goeth before a fall. That's why I keep telling people, I'm just happy who I am. I'm happy where I'm at. And no, I shouldn't feel bad because of the fortunate situation that I was put in. Because all of us that were brought here to this planet happened by accident. Mine was probably an erotic drunken night in a padded room in the basement on plastic covered furniture. Because right before I was born, that was the in thing back then. Let's see here. They were probably either listening to some Hendrix or maybe the Four Seasons on 8-track. Mimi, you might remember 8-tracks, but I'm not sure. You got to be pretty old. The only reason why I know about them is because I was a little kid when they were still being used. They got phased out right around 80, 83, 84, right around there. That's when cassettes replaced them. Shit, now we got people wandering all over the damn highway. And if you got to go, man, just go right there in the woods, right there to the right, man. Just whip it out and piss on a tree. My parents didn't do drugs. They may occasionally drank, but they didn't do drugs. Why? How I know? It's because my mom was a cop in Chicago, and my dad was also a truck driver. Now, Gen X only goes to 1981. If you were born in 84, you're a millennial. Oh, that's Mimi. Yeah, Mimi wants to be a Gen Xer because she relates to Gen X more. Well, that happens when you're, the first people that were the first few years of another generation. I mean, I can see certain views from the Boomer generation, but a lot of it I can't because they were raised to believe and accept without question certain things, and it's not their fault. It was our educational system that did it. Yeah, they weren't allowed to teach certain things because they had to keep the mass of people ignorant of the situation that they were being put in, and in the future we're going to be even put in even worse, and be willing, with a smile on their face, to vote against their own interest. Well, I didn't write it. When I Googled it, 46 to 64 is the Boomer, 65 to 81 is the Gen X, 82 to 2000 is Millennial, and from 2000 till now is Gen Z. But there's another generation just being born either starting this year or next year. I can't remember. I really don't have to. I mean, I could do one. Um, my four grandparents weren't mutts like we are. Two of my grandparents were Chippewa Indian from the reservation in Wisconsin, the Dells area. Each one of those, one of them married a German, and the other one married an Irish lady from Cork. My German grandfather said, "Oh man, them native ladies, they couldn't resist the German sausage." And Mimi probably knows the Germans are pretty freaky like that. And man, I'll tell you, some of them, man, some of them Irish ladies, man, they got these tough attitudes. The loudest one was my Irish grandmother. She got the name Sean Patrick O'Reilly Moore. The Moore is German. The other three names are total Irish. But she was the loudest and the smallest. She stood like 4'11". But man, when she yelled at you, man, she knocked walls down. Mimi, that sounds like Irish ladies, don't it? Yeah, but a lot of them that I met were kind of rough on the edges. It's like, man, they seem to be like they might be tough to get along with. Well, two of the fire trucks are headed back southbound. So everything seems to be under control. Come on, man, let's get the show on the road. I'm tired of sitting here. Old folks, get in your damn camper and wait. Oh, she took the dog for a take a shit. Yeah, it was about 8 years ago. I was on Interstate 65 heading south towards Alabama and Tennessee, and we were caught in this backup like this, and it didn't move for hours because there was a teenage girl on a cell phone that collided with a wide oversized load. They were carrying a trailer, house trailer type thing. She collided with it and caused the other truck to collide with another truck, and it was a big mess. They had to call 3 medevac helicopters in, and we were sitting there for hours. And about 5 cars behind me was an RV. We've been waiting there so long, they gave up. They raked out the grill and they started barbecuing right there on the interstate. Yeah, I know, but when I was in Dublin, and I was meeting some extended family, and they took me to a pub there, and the girls, found out that I was an American. They didn't realize I'm of Irish descent, but I do not speak like them, though. And no, I didn't know the language. Like, oh, you're from America, like, yeah, I'm trying to learn the way y'all use the English language. It's a little different. And she looked at my extended uncle. He goes, oh, I may shift this one. And I looked at him. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? He just looked at me and laughed. He goes, don't worry, you'll find out soon enough. And I was just learning from the other ones, and it was like some of them, whoa, they have a couple of drinks, and man, it's like they're worse than the men. And I told my uncle, like, she left. I'm like, well, what did that mean? She said, and she told me, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really different. Nobody in America probably would have figured that one out, what that meant. I said, if she said that to you, then why did she leave? It didn't make sense. And I thought to myself, man, this lady makes it sound like she can have her way with just about any dude she wants. I'm like, yeah, she was cute and all, but I'm like, still, I don't know who you are. It's like, we sit down and talk and get to know each other first. It's like, I just don't do things like that with somebody I just met. That don't happen. Maybe when I was younger. Is Jerry Boy still going on, Mimi? Well, I got another 30-minute break in, so it gives me the remainder of my entire clock. Sorry, folks. I thought I would have been moving by now. No, he's finished. He had. Oh, okay. I like some of his comments while he's playing the game. This is downright funny listening to him. Yeah, he said zombies, and I was like, oh, Zombieland. You're looking for Twinkies? Yeah, Woody Harrelson, man, could never. And he didn't like Twinkies. He's a vegetarian. And when the Twinkie company was going bust, everybody was making a comment and the meme, let Woody Harrelson buy it. You too. Thanks for coming, Mimi. Okay, here we go. All the taillights popped on. And what the hell is he moving over to the right-hand lane for? What, they move it over to the hammer lane? And we get to look at the aftermath if the tow truck hadn't showed up yet. Thank you very much. Everybody's going to left-hand lane. Damn it, and everybody left the damn live stream. Well, I'll just keep it going. You can watch the replay, or people can bypass the gap of all the bullshit and just come to the end and you go, oh, that's where it is. Look at the carnage afterward. Yeah, everybody's got to make a YouTube video of it and post it. The freaking YouTubers, man. Anything they haven't seen before, they got to record it and put it on YouTube. Just like me. Yeah, he did, driver. Yeah, I got to hand it to him. He pulled it over to the shoulder and probably bailed out. Northbound, I'm sure you all know you might want to get over into the hammer lane. Those headed southbound, if you want a rubberneck, get in the hammer lane. That's why it's always important to do your pre-trip. But you're not going to always catch everything. Unless you do a thorough pre-trip. But I admit it, I don't do a thorough one. But my equipment gets checked out so much, you know, I really don't need to do a thorough one unless I get a really disgustingly old trailer. But that doesn't happen all often because we don't keep trailers older than 5 years. Prime sells them or scraps some parts. And I know they don't allow old trucks on their fleet anymore. If it's older than 6 years, you got to get a new one or go somewhere else, because I got a year and a half to decide if I'm going to stay and haul loads for them or take my truck and go elsewhere. And many avenues I can go, and I'm not sure exactly. I really don't want to sell my truck. I take care of my equipment. I just don't want to feel like I'm forced to go back into debt. And I don't want to do that. Not in this economy anyway. But a year and a half is a long ways away. A lot can happen then. Number one, the economy can crash, which but it's been almost 4 years since our last one. This coming February, 6 months from now, 6, 7 months from now, 8 maybe. That's 4 years since our last economic downturn. Like clockwork, throughout the history of our economic system, every 4 to 7 years, we have an economic downturn. We've had 3 in the first 20 years of this new century. Now, does that sound like a stable economic system to you? Not likely. As my professor would say, if you lived with somebody as unstable as our economic system, you would have moved out long ago or asked that they get help. Come on, people, move it. I mean, if you look to your right on the shoulder there, you'll see all the emergency vehicles, and you'll see that truck. Man, it really burnt up. Hell, man, the trailer's about gone, too. Oh, it smells bad, too. Go around the freaking hose. Everybody else did. Yeah, the truck burnt up is right in front of that first fire truck. These 2 cars right here with the bubblegum machines going, those are state troopers. Ohio state troopers. That's what we call Smokey Bear. And beside me are 2 county officers. We call those county mounties. And normal people call them, deputy sheriff. But those are your deputies there of the county. The fire truck's moving out of the way. Now you can see the truck. He did have a load on there. Yeah, half the trailer burnt up. Anyway, I'm not going to grab the camera and give you a good view of it. You're just going to have to see it as I pass by here. Me, I don't have to look. I can look at the video later on, but there it is, man. There is nothing left of that tractor at all. Now, par for a course. This is the type of thing you go through almost every day out here being a trucker. But I hated to keep everybody here this long. You can go back and watch the video, watch the last 5 minutes of it, and you can catch what just happened. Y'all have a good day. Talk to you later.